Okay, for the full recap of the parts needed for just this, not the stand, but the this like dryer unit, you need two 30-inch 2x4s, which are those legs right there. You need two 22-inch 2x6s, which are the feet. Okay, and this one end right there is 1 inch. That side is 2 inches. And I came in 6 inches from this point to there, to the 2x4, 6 inches. So attach them there with lag bolts. Make sure you countersink the lag bolts so that when your dryer comes down this end, it's flush. You want that flush. All right, you need two 8-foot 2x3s. 2x3s are the long pieces right there, your braces. So two of those, okay? This is attached obviously on the top. This one is attached 16 inches to this point. From the floor to the top of this is 16 inches. Okay, you need 4 to 5, depending if you want to put 5 stations up. I eliminated one because I like the flash dryer to be over nothing. I found that 4 is fine for me. I only print 50 shirts at a time, so it's worked out well. Anyway, so with just 4, you need 4 11.5-inch 1x4s. Now that piece is the piece that is mounted underneath the pegboard. Okay, so that piece right there. See my finger? Yeah, that piece. That's 11.5 inches. It's a 1x4. You need 4 to 5 1-inch 1x4s, which is this little piece here, which is the catch for the arm that comes up. And then you'll need 4 to 5 15.5-inch 1x3s, or you can use 1x4s. I just happen to have 1x3s. This is the arm that is right there. So this piece right there is 15.5 inches. All right. Now, when you're mounting this, you can always adjust this piece right there, your 1-inch block basically, to make sure you get that 90-degree angle. So you might have to come in or out, you know, see how that raises and lowers. Then you're going to need pegboard, and these are I cut these 15 by 15. You're going to need 1-inch conduit or PVC pipe. This is 1 inch down here for the track. I cut those at 91 inches and basically leaving a 1/2 inch to go inside your leg here. So I drilled, obviously that's bigger than a 1-inch hole. So whatever the diameter of this, it's over 1 inch. 1 inch is the interior diameter, I believe. Anyways, so we need to drill that in, and this just slides in there like that. Obviously, you got to piece it together before you cinch everything up. Then you're going to need 4 to 5 2.5-inch hinges if you use the 1x3s. That's these little hinges here. Obviously, so if you can see that. So those are 2.5-inch hinges. Then you're going to need 4 to 5 3-inch hinges that mount to your 1x4s. And again, if you use 1x4s as this piece instead of the 1x3s, just get the 3-inch hinges, or these hinges would be fine too, whatever. All right, so that is it for materials to do a 4 or 5 station, flash dryer. And obviously the reason why I did this, I'm confined with this narrow space, so I couldn't do a rotary style. All right, so the next part will be my my stand for the flash dryer. Okay, which is coming up right now. Okay, I'm back. So I took the flash dryer off the tracks, and here's the stand that I built for it. one thing I didn't note on the last part is those tracks are 14.5 inches apart on center. So the distance over there between that one and that one on center is 14.5 inches. Now that's based on, obviously, I can't even move that, the distance centered in between the wheels here. So that point and that point happen to be 14.5, so that's what I made the track to be. All right. Now for this stand, I'm getting some better light here. You're going to need one 40-inch 2x4. That's the back brace here, the long back piece. That's 40 inches. You're going to need two 16-inch 2x4s, which are these pieces. Let me get a pointer. I'll use my ruler. So, okay, better. So those two are 16-inch 2x4s, and then the feet or whatever are 18-inch 2x4s. So two 18-inch 2x4s here. And obviously you just drill all these together, screw them together. Now I found I needed to come out a little bit further, so I put an additional 2x4 in here. This happens to be 14.5 inches. It could be less, I guess. But I also drilled multiple holes so that I can raise and lower the height of the flash dryer, depending if I'm using water-based inks or the Plastisols. So that's an adjustment also they can do, and I put wing nuts there. And I put my little timer there, and then my cord holder here. And when I'm against the wall, the cord I found was getting hung up, so that's why I put this like pendulum thing. It's really crude, but that holds the cord up, and then it doesn't get hung up on the track. All right, so I'm going to I was going to take the flash dryer off and then show you how I built the rollerblade wheels under here to roll onto the tracks. It's pretty simple. Okay, so now what we have here is the underside of the flash dryer stand, and it's a pretty simple concept with a dolly track style wheels or setup, and it's made from, this is aluminum, and it's a 90-degree angle aluminum, and it's the same stuff I bought for and used on the my homemade screen printing press. And it is 1/8 inch thick, 1.5 inch angle aluminum. And I bought it at Tractor Supply. They also have it at Home Depot. It's very easy to cut, simple to work with, easy to drill through, lightweight, and perfect for this application. So, and it comes, I think I bought this one at 48 inches, and I had plenty to use. So each of these is 15 inches long. So two 15-inch angle aluminum, and there's 8 rollerblade wheels. You could use skateboard wheels. You need 8 of these. I believe these are 1/4-inch bolts, and they're 1/4-inch bolts at, I think, a 2-inch length. And you can see how it's assembled underneath here. So the bolt just slips perfectly through the rollerblade bearing, and I have a 1/2 inch spacer right there, and then a nut with the a lock washer. That's really important. Put the lock washer in there. I've used this a lot, and this thing hasn't moved at all. So important to have that lock washer. And then I use lag bolts. I think a 2-inch lag bolt that comes straight down and drills into the 2x4 here. If I was to do it again, I'd probably put a whole bolt through here with a nut on top all the way through. It just would hold it better. This hasn't moved, but I mean, that's over engineering, I guess. if you were to do a bolt on this side, you'd have to move this so it's centered over this gap here, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to put a bolt all the way through with a nut. Anyway, so that would be a total of, let me see, two 15-inch aluminum angle, what is it, 1/8 inch thick, and it's a 1.5 inch angle aluminum. 1.5 is the distance here to here. And then the placement of the wheels, I came in, what was that? 3/4 of an inch to the center here, 1 inch up from this point. So 1 inch to center, 3/4 inch, and then for this next wheel, I came in, is it I think 2.5 inches into here, yeah, to the center there, and then again 1 inch to the center from this point up. And then you just copy that same pattern on this set, etc., etc. And that's it. It's a basic, simple setup. All right.